Hey, what's up guys? Before we get into the topic of this video, I want to give a shout out to Spiro. That's right, man. Haven't forgotten still after all these years. Thank you so much for this unbelievable painting. Soph and I have loved it all this time. You never took a dime from us. You said that good things happen to good people, and on that day you were a very good person, man. So bottom of my heart, thank you so much, man. Hope you're doing well out there in Bolina. I see the Soulless Mutai is doing well. But for everyone that hasn't seen the painting, this is what I'm talking about. This is it, man. 3 years ago you painted this for me. It was Soph's 27th birthday. We loved it, she loved it. Everyone that comes to the house comments on it. They always ask, who the hell did this? Where can I get this from? So it's a centerpiece of our home. It's here in the living room. So thank you, man. Now to the topic of the video. Everyone keeps telling me how to hold this weight. Over the years I've had so many comments about, oh Ivan, man, you eat like a pig, man, you're still lean. How do you do it? How do you manage to do all that? You know, you eat like a pig, you pig out all the time, and yet you're still lean. So in this video I want to give you guys my philosophy on weight gain, weight control, weight loss. Many years ago I thought everyone kind of did what I did, and as I've grown, I've kind of learnt about other people's I guess customs with food, how they go about living, eating, moving, and I realized that my way is very much not the normal way. So in this video I'm gonna share my thoughts, my philosophies on how I go about maintaining my physique. I'm not an athlete, I'm not anything special, but I follow a couple of these simple philosophies that have served me well over the years. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you get motivated. I hope you get something out of it, I guess, and I hope it changes you for the better. Thanks, guys. The number one point I want to make is about diet, right? You saw that coming, right? I don't want you to think about your diet at all. I don't want to see you go on a diet. I don't want to see you try a different diet, that diet, this diet. They're all the same. It's all bullshit. It's all trying to sell you something. The bottom thing is, the bottom line of all these things is that it's all about calories being restricted, okay? What I would advise you to do is eat a balanced diet, okay? Don't worry about the high protein, low protein, whatever. Just eat a balanced diet, full stop. Because if you stress about the diet, stress brings your cortisol levels up. Cortisol makes you put on weight. So you're stressing about dieting, but cortisol stabbing you in the back. So the whole thing is, don't freaking stress about what you're eating. What I want to show you guys is that the power of movement is more important. You have to get out, get moving, stop thinking about what you're putting in your mouth, okay? Cortisol is making you put on weight. Cortisol is a bad guy. You don't want to hang around with cortisol. Mr. Cortisol can go F himself, okay? You are done with cortisol. Stop dieting, stop all that crap. Eat a well-balanced diet. We all know what that is. I'm sure you can find plenty of information about what a balanced diet is, okay? You're done with dieting. That's step one. Now I know what you're thinking. Diets work. I've lost weight on a diet. What are you talking about? How can I not be on a diet? Well, let me ask you this. Did you put the weight back on? How long was the diet? Is this sustainable? Can you really have this diet forever? Can you really eat no fat or no protein or no carbs or whatever it might be? The whole point is that's not healthy, man. You have to eat a well-balanced diet. Now, how do we go about losing weight then? If I'm not on a diet, what do? Well, here's the kicker. This is where I'm going to talk to you about what I've been doing for all these years, maintaining somewhat fit body, whatever. I'm not an athlete, I'm not a bodybuilder, physique athlete or anything like that, but I look good, I'm alright. What I've been doing all these years is fasting. Now, fasting is not something new, man. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Oh my God, Ivan, you're introducing fasting. No, I'm not. Fasting has been done by pretty much every culture for the last 2,000 years. Every culture, Christianity, Islam, I'm sure Hindus have some sort of fasting. Every culture has some sort of fasting. And why is it so important? Fasting is how you lose weight, man. So just to tell you about what I've done in the last 24 hours. So my last food was an alcohol last night. I had a really good dinner, ate a whole bunch, hydrated well, slept. Now it's 10 o'clock. So that's 11 hours. I haven't had breakfast. And that's the key. That's what I want to tell you guys. Skip your breakfast. I'm not telling you all the time. I'm not telling you to do that all the time. What I'm saying is you want to skip every other day from having breakfast. The reason is because you want to induce a fasted state, right? You want to induce a fasted state because when you fast, good shit happens, right? This is the kicker, right? There are two hormones in your body which kind of play opposites. It's like a tennis match, right? Buddy wants to get involved. High five, Ziba. Yeah. Okay, so the two hormones that I want to talk about are the insulin hormone and the glucagon hormone. Now, there's one's a good guy, one's a bad guy. The bad guy is the insulin, surprise, surprise. Insulin is a hormone that basically takes stuff out of your bloodstream and puts it into the cell. The cell then uses that stuff to make energy, right? But the problem is if you don't use that energy, it gets stored as fat, right? Glucagon, however, is a hormone that kind of plays on the other side of that net and essentially goes into those fat stores, gets that energy into the bloodstream and gets into the cells, right? So insulin stores glucagon, goes into the stores and gets that energy out. So when we are in a fasted state, like I am right now, 11th hour of fasting, there isn't anything in my bloodstream from the meal. That meal's all gone. It's probably been stored into the liver, into the fat deposits, whatever. I've got a bit of a storage facility myself. So 11th hour fasting, I've just started a workout, right? I've just started working out. What do you think my body's going? The insulin's on the ground, man. The insulin's completely low. Glucagon, however, is probably flushing around in my system right now going, oh shit, this guy's working out. Best get some energy into the bloodstream. Now, where's that energy coming from? The fat stores. That's the whole idea here. I'm not restricting any of the categories of my diet. I'm not restricting my protein, my fat, my glucose, alcohol. I'm just doing whatever the hell I want, right? But on every other day, I skip breakfast and have a workout on an empty stomach, essentially. It's 11th hour of the fast. And here I am, losing weight without even trying, right? Now, I could go nuts here and do some HIIT training or get on the cycle or something, do some real strenuous, activity. What I'm doing is just bloody strength training, which is not probably the most optimal. It's good, but it's not getting my heart rate up as fast, as if you're concerned with weight loss you would need to have. So now about the fasting. Now studies have shown that the 16th hour of a fast is basically where magic happens, right? If you can get to 16 hours, basically insulin is not existent in your bloodstream. Glucagon is taken over. It's doing everything for you, right? Now, the body in this state, right, goes into this fancy state. They call it like the repair state, right? It's not just the glucagon that's released, but also a whole cascade of other things. And some of the things that are released actually kill cancer cells, which I read about recently. It's quite unbelievable. This particular article said that insulin has been linked with disease, right? High glucose has been linked with cancer cells and disease. Apparently cancer likes sugary states or high glucose states, insulin states. So the more spikes we have, more insulin spikes we have throughout the day, the more we are essentially putting on weight and putting ourselves at risk of diseases. 16th hour fast, glucagon comes around, sorts some shit out, gets some of these other guys involved, and the system goes into repair. Now I want to point out here that I'm not dizzy, right? I'm not struggling through this workout. I have enough stores of energy in my body for days, right? For days, okay? So you guys are not going to suffer doing this. That's basically the punchline, right? The punchline is you need to fast. Now this is called intermittent fasting. There are variations of these. There are 6 days normal, 1 whole day fasting, or you can do this sort of stuff where you have like 16-hour fast here or there. The point is, I slept half through the fast. Between 9 o'clock and 7 o'clock this morning, I slept, and I didn't know anything about it. Woke up, skipped breakfast, I'm training now, and apparently I'm in the fastest state. That's basically my philosophy to weight loss. This is what I'd like you guys to do. It's sustainable. It's not causing you stress. It's not hitting the body with some crazy diet which is going to stress the hell out of it, and you're going to go into this high cortisol state and you're going to start retaining fat. It's not that. This is doable, this is sustainable, and I've done this my whole life. Anyway, let me get another set in here because I feel like I'm cooling down, and then we'll continue this chat. All right, so to go through the story again, in this story we met 3 characters. We've met cortisol, we've met insulin, and we've met glucagon. Now only one of these guys is a chilled out dude. The other 2 guys are backstabbers, talk shit behind your back. You take him to the club, man, no chicks come to you. Where's good old glucagon, man? He's shouting drinks, speaking up chicks. Cool kind of guy. So don't hang around with insulin. Don't hang around with the other fella cortisol. It's bullshit. Shit talkers. Glucagon is your friend. And that's the story. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. That's my secret. Fasting. Now, Islam, to go back to the historic aspect of this, they do the Ramadan, right? I've never done something like that myself, but that's 30 days essentially fasting throughout the day. They eat throughout, I guess, the night when the sun sets. Christianity, I'm Christian. We have fast before Easter, fast before Christmas. Now, there's varying degrees how people, how obedient they are to these, but I've fasted in the past. I've tried fasting for 24 hours. 24 hours is a bit of a stretch because you really learn the difference between physiological hunger and psychological hunger. Psychological hunger is like, oh, it's been 4 hours, best to eat again. That's what my psyche is used to. You don't know what hunger is until you feel physiological hunger, man. And that's where some of these things I talked about earlier, you start feeling dizzy, man. Your body gets into kind of like a ketone-driven metabolism, right? Ketones are kind of derivatives of fat cells. You can run your brain on ketones. Don't freak yourself out. I'm gonna go into a coma. You won't. Barring illness, obviously. If you're ill in any way, see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing here a diet for you, but this is just my thoughts. So basically, I've heard of a bunch of cultures for a very long time fasting. Now, I don't know what the people before science, why they did it, but it's clearly been a benefit to people across the world for a very long time. So That's it, man. Get in it fast, get in a workout, push yourself, and go from there. And I guarantee you, you will build muscle, you will lose fat, you will change the composition of your body, and it's sustainable, guys. That's the bottom line to this, man. How long can you do some of these diets, man? Water shedding, restricting yourself of vital nutrients because you can't eat a whole freaking group of diet, of a food group. That's the secret. Anyway, let me get another set in, and we'll go from there. Now, I'm certainly not telling you guys you can live your life without insulin or you can live your life without cortisol. Those things are constant. You're going to be swimming in these two hormones for the rest of your life. It's a necessity, right? What I'm talking about is the act of losing weight. You want to minimize certain things at certain times of the day to maximize the performance in your gym and the effect of the gym or the workout. Now, if you eat food before you work out, you're going to be using the energy metabolized from that food. You're not going to be able to get into those fat stores. The title of this video is how to lose weight. You lose weight by burning fat. Now, fat is a locked up facility, and glucagon is the only dude with the key. Your best man, the guy that's picking up all those chicks in the club. Your homie. That guy's a gangster, man. He's got the keys to the gym. That's the guy I want to introduce you guys to. So, in order to get to this highly exclusive fella, you gotta piss off insulin and you gotta piss off cortisol. Now, when I say piss off, I'm not talking about zero. It's biology, man. Nothing goes to extremes, or absolutes rather. So that's the whole point of this video, is I want to get you to maximize the performance in the gym, the effects of the gym, of the work you've done, and you don't get disappointed. A lot of you guys go to the gym, put in the hard work, and then you complain about the effects of those sets, reps, all your hard work. So that's what I've done. It's worked, and man, it's worked for thousands of years. So at least give it a try. I guarantee you, missing breakfast is not going to kill you. I know people say, oh, it's the most important part of the day. It's the most important meal of the day. I don't agree with that shit, man. I think that people that put out that message into the community, into the world, had some sort of other agenda. I don't know what it was, but science definitely doesn't back it up. Since when is fasting bad? Since when you have to break your fast? After 6 hours of fasting, my God, we're all gonna die. Just try it out. Try something different. If you don't try something different, you're stupid, right? If you expect something different from the same old shit, it's not gonna work. Anyway, let me get another setting. Okay, so now you're fasting. You've done the right thing. You haven't eaten since last night, you skipped breakfast, you're at the gym. What do? Well, the type of exercises that you do is kind of a topic for another video, otherwise this will drag on forever. But essentially I want to touch on the basal metabolic rate, just briefly, just so it kind of ties in with this topic here. And it's that muscle mass increases metabolic rate. So basal metabolic rate is basically your body's base fuel consumption, if you can call it. So somebody that has more lean muscle mass will have a faster metabolic rate. So it only makes sense that if you go to the gym, you do some exercises to increase your muscle mass, because at the end of the day, those are your fuel burning engines. Now, people say, what about aerobic exercise? What about running, like, marathon and stuff? That's great, but the moment you stop running, you stop burning calories. That's because that it doesn't have that protein synthesis requirement. You're not breaking muscle down at the same rate as you with resistance training with weights. So that's an important topic. People think, oh, you gotta run, you gotta do aerobic exercise to lose weight. You don't. Probably the best way to do it is to build muscle and then maybe do some aerobic exercise, but don't exclude muscle building out of that equation, because those are your units for burning energy. That's where the mitochondria is. Mitochondria are these cell units which basically burn glucose, make it into ATP, this currency that the body uses for energy. So just a quick point on that, because I think it's quite important to tie in with this video. Build muscle. I'm not saying exclude aerobic exercise altogether, but just basal metabolic rate is purely tied to lean muscle mass, lean body mass. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about training as well. The other little point that I wanted to mention is the fact that I don't snack. I don't snack at all. When I feel like a snack, I drink water. A couple of glasses of water, shut the stomach up, it's full of water, no space for anything. I think that's the majority of people's trouble, is that they snack all the time. They always have something in their mouth, chewing, swallowing, insulin spikes all the time, blah, 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 store. I don't snack. The thing about skipping breakfast on every second day, especially when you work out, the days you work out, is that, say you've made a 16-hour fast. Now you've got only, 2 meals for the rest of the day. So after today's workout, I'm gonna go in the house, shower, relax, stretch a little bit, let everything settle down, and I'm gonna have a big meal, right? And some of you might think, oh, you're just gonna make up for the missed meal before. It's not the case. I can't eat 3 meals in one, right? There's only limited amount of space in the stomach, right? So it's a way of reducing your calories without restricting food groups. So that's another important point I almost left out. Don't snack, eat a normal meal until you're full, and that's it. You don't have to kind of go easy on the meals after missing breakfast. Yeah, Ivan, you're full of shit, man. How do we know this works? How do I know you're full of shit? I mean, you don't look that good, do you? Well, like I said to you guys before, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not a physique athlete, but I reckon I look good. Do you want to see what I'm packing? Alright. Let me get this shit on here, man. Let me set this up right here. Put a tripod action here. Alright. Yeah. This is what you guys were waiting for anyway. I get a bit of lighting. That's me. Nothing special, huh? Still looking good. Let me do a quick setup here. Bit of pull-up action. See if you guys can see me in action a little bit, and then maybe get some motivation to you guys. Oh, it's a bit crooked. Let me fix it up like that. Is that better? Somewhat. All right. Yeah, boy. As you can see, it's nothing special. I gotta hang around with glucagon a bit more. But my number one goal is strength anyway, guys. I train to lift more weight, get stronger. Physique is not my thing anyway. But yeah, I'll probably have 20% body fat if I have more. It's a normal body. What I'm trying to do is excel in strength, not so much in being shredded. But hope this motivated you guys and you got some ideas out of it. But for now, that's it from me, guys. Thanks.